Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our card spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Hew the Entwood. For 3 colorless and 2 red, it's a sorcery that says sacrifice any number of lands, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands sacrificed this way, choose any number of artifacts and or lands cards revealed this way, and put all non-land cards chosen this way onto the battlefield, then put all land cards chosen this way onto the battlefield tapped, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is a really interesting card that has a pretty severe downside, and I think that's why there hasn't been that much talk about it yet. It does require some very specific deck building restrictions, and it can still absolutely backfire onto you, but if you're trying to do something really cool and game winning, then you can't look much further than this. This is a really interesting and unique effect. It is going to require you to sacrifice all of your lands, or a very large number of them at the very least, but if you have a deck built around artifacts and lands almost exclusively, it can be quite a positive effect and can even net you some mana if you hit the right kind of things, especially since you can float the mana from the lands you're sacrificing first, so you can have a pretty big turn and kind of recover immediately if you hit well enough. There is of course the possibility that you hit awfully, but it seems unlikely if you're sacrificing enough lands. So for this card to be good, you need to have quite a few lands in play, at the very least I would say 7 or 8 before you even consider playing this, and you have to have at least 70 to 80% of your deck being lands and artifacts. Now there aren't many decks that necessarily can fulfill both of those requirements, but there are some. Any deck that has a pretty high count of artifact creatures is going to be pretty happy with this, so something like Felden of the Third Path could work this in if you put more artifact creatures in it than normal. That could be pretty solid. In that deck you're actually searching up lands quite often with repeatable triggers from stuff like Solemn, Simulacrum and things like that, so I could see that working here as a late game finisher, particularly since most of your artifact creatures have ETB triggers. A newer commander where this seems really good is in Chiscoria Forge Tyrant. In a deck like that you're already playing a large amount of artifacts, probably most of your deck anyway, so you're not going to care too much about sacrificing your lands since you're so likely to hit a lot of artifacts off of this. However, you will be wanting to win the game very soon after you cast this because you're already exiling a bunch of cards with Chiscoria normally, so digging through your deck that much with something like Hew the Entwood is something that you do need to be careful with, and you need to be making sure that you can finish the game very soon after you cast this card. But honestly, if you do it for a large enough amount, you should be able to finish off the game with this. So I would say that this card is very interesting and it's a Johnny player's dream. Certainly I've been very intrigued by this and thinking about how to break it or how to play it in a deck where it can just be really interesting and absolutely pop off. It's not for everyone, it's not going to be the best card in every deck, but in the decks that it's going to work, it can be absolutely amazing and can seal the game for you if you hit well enough. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care.
La, la, la.